I was in Arizona for 3 months, so you know, in 3 months, like you get to know people, but you don't really know people like that. I mean, 3 months, I mean, it take a lifetime to get to know some people. So shouts out to the guys that held me down and looked out for me when I was going through some hard times. Shouts out to Jennifer. Jennifer, she was from Phoenix, Arizona. She held me down too. I remember I was staying at a hospital. Not like where, I ain't gonna lie, I was staying at a hospital in Arizona. I stayed there for like a day or two, and I called her because I thought about her. Like, I had met her, and I thought about her, and I called her. Like, she came and picked me up like it was nothing. She let me stay with her. I ain't had to pay no rent. Cooked for me, looked out for me, really did. Took me to the bus stop when it was time for me to go back to Detroit. She took me to the bus stop and put money in my pocket, gave me food. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Some people's names I say, I know I just said I ain't gonna say some people's name. I say her name because I know she one of them people that won't care. You know what I'm saying? It's about the relationship you have with people. You meet some people and you know, like, don't say my name, don't put my name in there. And then you meet some people, you know, they don't mind if you say their name. So shout out to my girl Jennifer, who held me down. Shouts out to Arkansas. Only thing I know about Arkansas is this guy named Kurt. He played running back for us my freshman and senior year. I mean, my freshman and sophomore year in high school. Kurt Watkins. I know he went to Arkansas to go to college. So that's all I really know about Arkansas. But shouts out to the people in Arkansas. Like I say, man, this is an everybody thing. Everybody involved in this project to me. So I'm shouting out everybody, everywhere. And what I know about it. So shouts out to Arkansas, shouts out to Kurt, shouts out to the college that took him. Thank you for doing that. Shouts out to Cali. Cali gives the world a lot of entertainment. So there's so many names you can name from Cali, but shouts out to Cali, shouts out to Snoop, shouts out to the Game, shouts out to Dr. Dre for giving us that beautiful music. Most definitely Tupac held California down, so most definitely giving shouts out to Cali. Thank you for all the entertainment that y'all provide us. Thank you for everything that you provide us with. We all know it's so many people and so many things that come from out of Cali that you gotta be appreciative of California people and what they bring to the world. You just got to. So shouts out to them most definitely. Like I say, Tupac held Cali down, so I gotta give a shouts out to Cali. Shouts out to Colorado. I met a chick there named Clarissa Williams from Denver, Colorado. Shouts out to you. I know if you see this, you will know me, you feel what I'm saying? So you will know me. But shouts out to you because of course again that's one of them people you talk to, and you know, it was good conversation all the time and always positive energy. So I gotta give you a shout out for being you and helping me. You know, when you're young and you going through stuff, you know, she was there for me to talk to, and I was there for her. She was going through stuff to talk to, so I gotta give a shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? If you got the chance to give a shout out to people, you gotta give a shout out. Colorado, shout out to the women in Colorado. Like, yeah. Women from Colorado be looking good. I'm talking about good. Like, no matter what's the nationality, what's the race, women from Colorado, yeah, y'all be looking good. So shouts out to Colorado. Shouts out to Clarissa Williams and the women in Colorado. Connecticut, I know nothing about Connecticut, but shouts out to y'all. Only thing I know about Connecticut is I believe that's where 50 Cent house was at. 50 Cent, that nice house that he had that I think he bought from Mike Tyson. So shouts out to all the people in Connecticut. I know y'all doing y'all thing. Everywhere around the world, people doing their thing. So shouts out to Connecticut. Shouts out to Delaware. I know nothing about Delaware, but shouts out to Delaware. Yeah, shouts out to Delaware. Shouts out to Florida. Only thing I know about Florida is I got a homeboy named Carlos Solomon. I haven't seen Carlos in like 6-7 years. So Carlos, if you see this, get in contact with me. Shouts out to all my people in Florida. Shouts out to Georgia. Of course, Georgia, another place like Cali. Y'all give us so much talent and so much, y'all offer so much to the world as far as the people that come from Georgia. And, you know, like I say, offer so much to the world as far as entertainment, authors, books, anything. And that's all around the world, right? But we know it's a lot of people that come from out of Georgia, especially Atlanta, who just offer so much to the world. The Georgia Peaches, shout out to y'all. I know y'all call yourself Georgia Peaches, so shout out to all my Georgia Peaches. Shout out to JD, who was the first person I ever really seen rep Georgia like that, Atlanta. Shouts out to JD. Shouts out to my homegirl Rashida. I love Rashida. I love me some Rashida, man, for real. I work at gas stations. Like I said, I work at gas stations in retail. And I didn't work in retail, and I didn't work at like 2 or 3 gas stations. And so working at a gas station, you meet people. I met a man at the gas station who was from Georgia. So I got to shout him out because we talked for like 3-4 hours, and he was real passionate about Georgia, the same way I'm passionate about Michigan. So shouts out to him. Real passionate dude, for real. I mentioned JD. Shouts out to Chris Cross. Because like when some people say they put Atlanta on the map or whatever, ain't no disrespect to you. As far as I remember, the people I remember putting Atlanta on the map was Chris Cross. So shouts out to Chris Cross. Most definitely shouts out to T.I. and Jeezy. Most definitely holding Atlanta down. Hawaii. The only thing I know about Hawaii is that's where Obama was born, and that's what a lot of people want to go on their honeymoon. So shout out to all my people in Hawaii. Shouts out to all my people in Idaho. Don't know nothing about Idaho except for the joke that when you say you from Idaho, you say no, you the hoe. Whatever. That might not be funny, but it's funny to me. You the hoe. So shouts out to all my people in Idaho. Illinois. Wild Hundreds. Shouts out to the Wild Hundreds in Illinois. I know some guys up there. My guy Gio, Curtis, Tyree, Curtis' sister Wendy. Shouts out to y'all. When I met them in college, I met these guys in college. We played football together, and I forget if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas, but one of them breaks where we got to go home, Thanksgiving or Christmas, I went to their crib and spent some time in Illinois, and they stayed in the Wild Hundreds. I don't know if that's like a gang or the projects or whatever, but shouts out to the Wild Hundreds. Shouts out to them for real. Shouts out to the security at the bus station. They looked out for me. I forgot what was going on. I think I had like left my money, or either I needed a cell phone or something, but I just know that the security guard at the main bus station, the main Greyhound bus station in Chicago, looked out for me. So shouts out to her. Don't know her name, but shouts out to her. Indiana. I went to truck driving school in Indiana. It ain't work out because I'm not a truck driver, but I went to truck driving school in Indiana, so shouts out to Indiana. Y'all gave us Michael Jackson. I believe Michael Jackson is from Indiana, most definitely, right? He from Gary, Indiana. So shouts out to Indiana. Y'all gave us the greatest entertainer of all time. So shouts out to Indiana. Shouts out to Iowa. Just yesterday, matter of fact, I work at a gas station now. I met a guy at the gas station who said he was from Iowa, and you know, he was a black brother, keeping it real, and we work in a predominantly white. I work in a predominantly white neighborhood, so when he came in the gas station to see me, he just wanted to know about the area, and we got to talking about, you know, just got to kicking it or whatever, and he said he was from Iowa, so he told me a little bit about Iowa. Oh, he say one thing that he missed about Iowa is that in Iowa, he said it was a lot of togetherness. You know what I'm saying? He said he ain't really deal with a lot of racism, and that was one of the reasons he had stopped to talk to me, because he said he had just dealt with some racism outside of the gas station, and he was just asking me about it or whatever, and asking me about, like I say, asking me about the area and the people in the area. And that's one of the things he told me, that he ain't really deal with a lot of racism in Iowa, no matter where he went. So shouts out to Iowa and the brother who held y'all down like that. I hope that's a true statement for real. If it's like that, that's good. Shouts out to Iowa. I know nothing about Kansas, but shout out to Kansas because we shouting out everybody. Shouts out to Kentucky. Only thing I know about Kentucky is the city of Owensboro, Kentucky. My homeboy Jeff, he moved up there, so shouts out to Kentucky, the city of Owensboro, to all of Kentucky, but most definitely Owensboro, where my homeboy Jeff went. Shouts out to Louisiana, we know that story. Shouts out to New Orleans, you know. God bless all the people who went through Hurricane Katrina. God be with y'all all. And it's one of them things to me where you can't really even say more. You just pray that I pray that y'all situation get better. And man, God be with y'all all. Shouts out to New Orleans. I visited New Orleans when I was like 8, 9 years old, and when Hurricane Katrina happened, that's all I could think about. I visited that place before, and it was one of them places that stayed in my mind, like one of them places that I really loved. Like being a kid, you know, you see stuff for the first time. So the first time I ever seen somebody on them stilts, like when you see somebody on them tall legs and they be real high up in the air walking, that was the first time I had ever seen that. That was the first time I had ever heard music being played out on the streets. If you ever seen the show Treme on HBO, like everything I see on there is like kind of what I remember from and that's like a dub because it's based in New Orleans. But yeah, like age 8 or 9, I went to go visit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a kid, and that was the first time I seen like people playing music out on the street and cooking out on the street, and like I say, that man on them stilts, and you know, people was dressed up and stuff, and I loved it. So when Hurricane Katrina happened, I just thought about that. Like that was one of my favorite places I ever visited. And so shouts out to Louisiana, New Orleans. Shouts out to Master P, the first person I know to hold Louisiana down, to hold New Orleans down. Most definitely shouts out to Lil Wayne. He holds New Orleans down. Most definitely shouts out to the Hot Boys. I miss the Hot Boys. Get the Hot Boys back together. Shouts out to Baby. Shouts out to Baby for you know, holding all of that together, and you know, helping them guys develop. So most definitely shouts out to Baby. Shouts out to Slim. Most definitely. This is what I know about Louisiana. I know nothing about Maine. No disrespect to these states and cities that I'm saying I know nothing about, but like I say, I'm shouting out everybody, so I gotta give you a shout out. Shout out to Maine. Shout out to Maryland. Only thing I know about Maryland is Baltimore. So shouts out to Ray Lou. He might not be from Baltimore, but most definitely shouts out to Ray Lou. That guy's most definitely an inspiration to me. I think he's an inspiration to so many young men. Shouts out to Ray Lou. That's about all I really know about Maryland. And then I know somebody I know who moved to Baltimore, Maryland. ALB. That's all I'm gonna say on that. So shouts out to Baltimore, Maryland. Massachusetts. I know nothing about Massachusetts except for Boston. Boston, Massachusetts. We was beefing with Benzino, Eminem. I say we because, yeah, we, Eminem from Detroit, so that's a we thing. So, and then, like, the people I see on the real world and the people I see on TV on these reality shows that be from Boston, I be liking them, though. They seem like some real folks, like real down to earth, and don't take no shit, don't play no games. So shouts out to the people from Massachusetts. Like I said, I'm just naming what I know about these places. But shouts out to them. No disrespect to Benzino, because I don't believe in disrespecting anybody, but that's a true statement. You and Eminem was beefing, so that's what I know about Massachusetts. Shouts out to Massachusetts. Minnesota, the Mall of America. That's about all I really know of Minnesota. The guy who used to cut my hair when I was younger, his son went to the University of Minnesota for college. He played football there. I used to see him on TV, so I know that about Minnesota too. So shouts out to Minnesota.